Cyclone fans, to another broadcast on HLTV Channel 15. Tonight we are here in Atlantic, Iowa, the Trojan Bowl, for this contest between the Harlan Community Cyclones and the Atlantic Trojans. The Harlan Community Cyclones are ranked number 1 in 3A. Key players for the Harlan Community Cyclones: number 2, Connor Frame, the senior. He has 17 receptions for 330 yards. That's 19.4 yards per catch. He also has 5 touchdowns. On the defensive side, Frame has 1.5 total tackles. The other key player for the Harlan Community Cyclones tonight is number 10, the senior, Joseph Faw. This is his first game back, as he has missed a few games because of a hamstring injury. He has 11.5 total tackles, 9 solo, a half a sack, and 1.5 tackles for loss. On the other side, the Atlantic Trojans' key players are number 15, the junior, Caden Anderson. Anderson is the Trojans' quarterback. He is 38 for 80 on the season, which is 47.5%. He has 443 yards and 11.7 yards per throw. He has 3 touchdowns and 7 interceptions on the season. Another key player for the Trojans is number 2, the senior, Ethan Sturm. Sturm has 6 receptions for 41 yards, which is 6.8 yards per catch with no touchdowns. On the defensive side, Sturm has 26.5 total tackles, 26 of them are solo, and he has 2 tackles for loss. Sturm is a big key player on both sides of the ball for the Trojans. Keys to the games. First, for Atlantic. Atlantic needs to limit the Cyclones' yards on offense. The Cyclones' offense is running like a well-oiled machine. Cyclones have been clicking on all cylinders and are more than likely going to do that tonight. Keys for the Cyclones is don't look over the Trojans. Although the Trojans have a record of 4-1 or 1-4, Cyclones do not want to look over them. The Cyclones are a perfect 5-0 to begin the season, having won against Lewis Central, Grinnell, Sergeant Bluff Luton, Glenwood, and last week a 64-0 win over Sadell. The Cyclones are looking for a big win here tonight in the Trojan Bowl. The Trojans got new turf on their field this year, as in previous years it all used to be grass, so this is a huge upgrade for the Atlantic Trojans. We will get tonight's contest kicked off here. It looks like the Cyclones will be coming out tonight to kick the ball off, which means that they will get the ball to begin the second half. Stephen Leinen will be kicking this one away for the Cyclones. He's number 8 and has done a fantastic job for the Cyclones as their starting kicker. Back deep to receive for the Trojans, it looks like number 2, Ethan Sturm, and number 13, Dayton Templeton. Leinen with a kick. This is an end-over-end kick, and this will land in the back of the end zone for a Cyclone touchback. Great job by Stephen Leinen to begin the game for the Cyclones. This will bring out the Trojans offense, led by their quarterback, the junior, number 15, Caden Anderson. Cyclones defense have done a great job all season and proved that last week as they held Sadell to 0 points. Anderson hands this one off to the running back up the middle. He will break a few tackles and get out near the 28-yard line. That's number 23, Dante Hinteridge. Anderson once again in the shotgun formation. Hendrington to his right. He'll hand this one off to Hendrington for another run up the middle. The Cyclones defensive line does a nice job of stuffing him. Brings up 3rd and 1. First drive of the game for the Trojans. Cyclones looking for a quick 3-and-out to begin this game. Anderson runs to the sideline to get the call from head coach Joe Brummer. Anderson back in the pocket, hands this one off to the running back, Hendrington. And Hendrington is short of the line. Tackled by the defensive line That's number 34, Jamison Beeker, and 45, Zane Bendorf. It looks like he will get the first down. So that will be the first down for the Trojans of this game. See Joseph Fall, the outside linebacker on the right side, number 10. He's returning from a hamstring injury, and he was a key factor for the Cyclones early on in the season. Anderson rolls to his right, and this one is incomplete. Great defense there by number 24, Will Newhart. Newhart is able to get up and bat that ball away. The intended receiver was number 2, Ethan Sturm. Anderson has 2 receivers. One to his left, one to his right. He sends Sturm in motion, hands this one off to Hendrington up the middle, and a great tackle there by number 45, Zane Bendorf. Bendorf plays the defensive tackle position for the Cyclones. Due to injuries, he will be starting in tonight's game. Trojans break the huddle for this 3rd and 9. Come out in the I formation. Sturm in motion once again. Pressure's coming heavy from the Cyclones, and Anderson is going to take this one himself, and he'll get tackled on the near sideline by the Cyclones, and that brings up 4th and 5. Trojans have it at their own 35-yard line. It looks like they will be sending the punt unit on. So Cyclones do a nice job there. Their first time on defense, and they force a punt. Punting tonight for the Atlantic Trojans, number 7, Gannon O'Hara. Back deep to receive is number 2, Connor Frame, number 3, Joey Moser. Moser fields this one at the 38-yard line, and a great tackle there by number 25, Carter Pellet. Moser gets a gain of 6 yards on that return. So the Cyclones offense comes on to the field, led by number 11, Tegan Kasperbauer. Kasperbauer is 66 for 104. He is 63.5% is his completion rate for 1,130 yards. He has 16 touchdowns on the season. He sends Aiden Hall in motion. Kasperbauer drops back, looking for it all on the first play. Down to Aiden Hall. Hall at the 10-yard line, and he will jog this one in for a Cyclone touchdown. Touchdown Cyclones. On the first play from the Cyclone offense, Kasperbauer airs that one out to Aiden Hall, and Hall ends up in the end zone. The Cyclones strike first here in the Trojan Bowl. Cyclones offense do a nice job of executing on that play. And that brings on the kicker, number 8, Steven Leinen. The holder is number 7, Brad Curran. The long snapper, number 71, Gunnar Schmitz. Schmitz snap is a little low. Curran gets the hold up, and Steven Leinen will nail this one. And that is 7-0. With 8 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Cyclones offense doing a nice job there of scoring on their first play. Cyclones are starting out just like they did last week against Sadell. Sadell got the ball first, just like the Trojans, and the Cyclones held them to a punt, 3 and out on the first play. And the Cyclones scored on their first play. They had 3 plays for 3 touchdowns, did the Cyclone offense last week. We'll see if they're going to do the same tonight. Leinen to boot this one away once again. And this one lands in the back of the end zone. Steven Leinen with another touchback. This brings out number 15, Caden Anderson, and the Trojans offense for their second drive of the game. Hendrington gets the call here on the handoff. He will gain 1 on the play. 2nd and 9. Cyclones defensive line from left to right, starting with number 65, Alex Munson at the defensive end position. Number 45 and 61, Zane Bendorf and Matthew Schwery at the defensive tackle position. And number 34, Jamison Beaker, is playing the right defensive end. Cyclones defensive line has done a nice job all season of stopping the run game. This one is going to be pitched to Hendrington. Hendrington on the left side. He'll get tackled by a number of Cyclone defenders, including number 10, Joseph Fall, and number 21, Garrett Osman. Brings up another third down, the third down of the game for the Trojans. This one is 3rd and 7. Anderson comes out in the shotgun formation. Hendrington to his side. He drops back, pressure coming from Matthew Schwery, and this one is almost picked off by number 24, Will Newharth. Newharth with the coverage. The intended receiver was number 25, Carter Pellett. That one bounced off Newharth's hands and almost into the hands of Pellett. Pellett had open field in front of him if he would have came down with that ball. Instead, that brings up a 4th and 7. And the Trojans will punt this one away once again. This is their second punt of the night. And this one's a spiral punt to the 42-yard line. Joey Moser on the right side. Moser showing us his speed, and he'll take this one down to the 30-yard line. The Cyclones will have great field position to begin their second drive. Casper Bauer comes back out onto the field. He has had 1 attempt and 1 touchdown here tonight, as the Cyclones offense have only ran 1 play. They're looking to score the first play once again. Casper Bauer all alone in the shotgun formation. It's 5 wideouts. This one's handed off to Aiden Hall on the left side. Hall has some running room. Hall at the 20, the 15, 10, 5, and that's a touchdown Cyclones. But there is a flag back at the 14-yard line, and this one may be coming back. Looks like we do have a holding penalty on the Cyclones. A holding penalty comes at the 13, 14-yard line, it appears. So the Cyclone offense will come back out onto the field.
Number 2.
Cash Bauer under center. Fakes the handoff, going for it all in the corner of the end zone. That's the number 2, Connor Frame. And Connor Frame into the end zone for a Cyclone touchdown. Touchdown Cyclones. Connor Frame and Casper Bauer connect for the second touchdown of the night for the Cyclones. Connor Frame with his first touchdown of the night. Casper Bauer with his second throwing touchdown of tonight. A beautifully thrown ball there by the quarterback, number 11, Tegan Casper Bauer, as that one is delivered right into the bread basket of number 2, Connor Frame. That brings Steven Leinen back out onto the field. Linen's kick is up and good. Linen 2 for 2 on the night. And he will kick it off once again. We'll be right back with Linen's kickoff. You're watching HLTV on Channel 15.
Programming brought to you by these great sponsors: Clark Arnholt State Farm Insurance and Financial, Keast Motors, Quick RX Pharmacy, Cyclone Lanes, Shelby County State Bank, United Bank of Iowa, Holly Jones Funeral Homes, KNOD Radio, Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance, and the Peterson Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex.
We're back on HLTV Channel 15 where Linen tees the ball up. Linen has 28 touchbacks on the season. And he is 29 for 30 on his PATs. And this one once again goes into the end zone. Another touchback from number 8, Steven Linen. 14-0, the Trojan Bowl with 6 minutes and 32 seconds left in the first quarter. This one's handed off to the fullback, Anderson. Looks like that was number 20, Tanner O'Brien, who got the call there. Got a gain of 2 on the play, bring up 2nd and 8 for the Trojans. This one is play action, a pitch out to Henrington, and Henrington is brought down immediately by number 36, Matthew Sorfenden, 32, Lucas Stanley, and the defensive end, number 65, Alex Munson. Anderson is looking for something to get this Trojans offense started. Anderson, shotgun formation. This one's handed off to the running back, Henrington. And Henrington is brought down by number 32, the linebacker, Lucas Stanley. Stanley makes a nice stop on that play. And the Trojans will punt this one away once again. Frame and Moser stand at their own 45-yard line, ready to receive this one. This punt is going to bounce at the 52-yard line and will be downed at the 35-yard line in Cyclone territory. Cyclones will have to travel 65 yards into their end zone. They'll try to get it done with one play once again. If it wasn't for the one Cyclone penalty, the Cyclones would have scored on 2 plays. They would have had 2 touchdowns. But there was a holding penalty on Connor Frame, so Aiden Hall's rushing touchdown got called back. Kasperbauer shotgun formation. Curran to his side. He's looking right. He delivers all the way downfield. This one, number 83, Jacob Birch. And Jacob Birch comes down with this one at the 35-yard line. Amazing catch there by Birch. He had a defender draped all over him, and he still comes down with that one. Casper Bauer threading the needle. Cyclones gained 30 yards on that play. Casper Bauer hands this one off to Hall on the left side. Aiden Hall showing his speed, and he's now at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cyclone. Aiden Hall takes this one into the end zone, his second touchdown of the night. He has 1 rushing and 1 receiving. The Cyclones offense are on the gas tonight and are not letting up. Lightning comes back out onto the field to attempt this extra point. Snap is good, and there's a flag down on the play.
Dead ball, 83.
Looks like we have a false start on number 83. That is Jacob Birch.
Beat the try.
Lynan will have to move back 5 yards. He's just going to show off his leg here. Lynan's longest field goal is 42 yards, and this one is up and good. Lynan sneaks this one in the left upright. That brings the score to 21-0 in favor of the Cyclones with 3 minutes and 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Sturm and Templeton are just asking for 1 return here from Lynan. Lynan has kicked 3 touchbacks. Sturm and Templeton just want an attempt at a return. We'll see what Lynan does here. Lynan's kick is away, and there's a flag down. Right at the 40-yard line is where the flag lies. It looks like we will have offside on the Cyclones. So this will move Lynan back 5 yards. And Sturm and Templeton may have a chance at returning this one as they now stand at their own 5-yard line. And Lynan's kick goes into the end zone for another touchback. He moves back 5 yards and still will kick a touchback. That's his 4th of tonight. Trojans come back out onto the field for their 4th drive tonight, looking to get something going on the offensive side of the ball. Anderson in the shotgun formation. Hendrington to his side. Anderson was not ready for this snap. He rolls to his left. Pressure coming from the Cyclones defensive line. Jamison Beaker applies the pressure, and Anderson gets hit as the intended receiver was number 2, Ethan Sturm. Trojans tried to make something out of nothing as Anderson was not ready for that snap. They got lucky that Anderson caught that one. Templeton. Anderson is going to keep this one himself and gets hit hard at the 17-yard line. That tackle is made by number 34, Jamison Beaker, and other Cyclones. 3rd and 11. Cyclones looking for another stop as there's now 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this game. Trojans have 6 seconds left on the play clock. This one's a screen play, and that is number 32, Lucas Stanley, who read that play like a book. And he will take down number 20, Tanner O'Brien. O'Brien only gains 1 yard on the play. Stanley does a nice job for the Cyclones. Frame and Moser stand at their own 48-yard line, ready to return this one. Gannon O'Hara is going to boot this one away for the Trojans. This is a low line drive kick fielded by Joey Moser. Moser off to the right side, and Moser is now at the 30, cuts back, makes a guy miss, and Moser will take this one to the house. Touchdown Cyclones. Joey Moser with a 50-yard return into the end zone for a Cyclone touchdown.
Touchdown, Harlan.
Cyclones punt. Cyclones receiving team does a nice job setting up the blocks that Moser needed, and Moser goes into the end zone for his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. Snaps good, holds good, and this kick is once again through the uprights. Stephen Linen is now 4 for 4 for PATs. We'll be right back with Linen's kickoff. You're watching HLTV on Channel 15.
Programming brought to you by these great sponsors: Clark Arnholt State Farm Insurance and Financial, Keast Motors, Quick RX Pharmacy, Cyclone Lanes, Shelby County State Bank, United Bank of Iowa, Holly Jones Funeral Homes, KNOD Radio, Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance, and the Peterson Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex.
We're back on HLTV, Channel 15. Linen boots this one away, and this one is once again into the end zone for his 5th touchback of the night. $28-0. The Cyclones have the lead with 1 minute and 57 seconds left still in the first quarter. Cyclones are putting up points just like they did last game. And their 64-0 win against Sadell. Anderson rolls to his right, delivers this one to number 2, Ethan Sturm. Sturm is hit instantly by number 6, Aiden Hall. Sturm picks up a first down. That is the Trojans' 2nd first down. Trojans come out, trips left. This one's handed off up the middle. Looks to be number 20, Tanner O'Brien, and he's tackled by the defensive end, number 40, Franz Rice. Anderson shotgun formation, drops back, pressure coming from Munson. Munson does a nice job of applying the pressure, and this one falls incomplete as Anderson had to get rid of that one. Brings up 3rd and 8 for the Trojans. Trojans come out once again in trips left formation. Anderson drops back, pressure coming. He's gonna keep this one himself, and a nice open field tackle there by number 10, Joseph Fall. The ball comes out, but Anderson is ruled down. Joseph Fall with a nice tackle. That is Joseph Fall's first solo tackle of tonight, and that is his first tackle after coming off the hamstring injury, which he was out for a few games. That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Cyclones have complete command in this one as the score is 28-0 against the Atlantic Trojans. We'll be right back with the start of the second quarter. You're watching HLTV on Channel 15.
Harlan leads 28-0.
We're back on HLTV, Channel 15. Well, the Trojans get ready to punt this one away. This is their 5th punt of tonight. Connor Frame back deep to return. This one is a high kick that will bounce in favor of the Cyclones. And this one will be downed at the 45-yard line. Cyclones have a short field ahead of them as they have 55 yards until they get to the end zone. Looks like the Cyclones will keep most of the starters out on the field. Cyclones break the huddle and come out with Casper Bauer in the shotgun formation. Casper Bauer drops back, looking at the middle of the field, delivers this one to Connor Frame. Frame into the end zone for yet another Cyclone touchdown. The Cyclones stay on the gas. Casper Bauer connects with number 2, Connor Frame, for yet another touchdown. That is Frame's 2nd touchdown of tonight. Steven Leinen comes back out onto the field to attempt this extra point. Schmidt snap is good. Curtin gets a hold down. And Lynan sends this one through the uprights. 35-0 with 11 minutes and 39 seconds. Cyclones are commanding this football game tonight. Cyclones next week will travel to Adele, where they will play ADM at ADM High School. Then they'll have Creston coming to Merrill Field, and they will end their season with Knoxville. They will have to travel 2 hours and 15 minutes to Knoxville. Lynan gets the ball teed up and boots this one away, and this one's going to be another touchback for Stephen Lynan, his 6th of the night. Anderson trots back out onto the field. Number 15, the Trojans quarterback. And it looks like the Cyclone defense will keep their starters in, as it is only the start of the second quarter. Anderson drops back, rolls to his right, pressure coming, and this one is incomplete. Ball goes through the intended receiver, Ethan Sturm's hands. It is 35-0, so there will be continuous clock until the score gets below a 35-point difference. With the play clock running low, head coach Joe Brummer will elect to take the Trojans' first timeout of the night, and we'll take one with them. You're watching HLTV on Channel 15.
Programming brought to you by these great sponsors: Clark Arnholt State Farm Insurance and Financial, Keast Motors, Quick RX Pharmacy, Cyclone Lanes, Shelby County State Bank, United Bank of Iowa, Holly Jones Funeral Homes, KNOD Radio, Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance, and the Peterson Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex.
We're back on HLTV Channel 15. Anderson flips this one out to the running back, Hendrington. Hendrington is wrapped up on the right side for a loss of 1 on the play. Third and 11. Cyclones looking for their 6th stop of the night. This would be their 4th 3 and out if they can get it. Anderson in the shotgun formation. He drops back and looking, he has no one open. He tucks this one and run off to the left side. Cyclones in hot pursuit. This ball is fumbled. Ball ends up out of bounds. Tackle by number 32, Lucas Stanley. That brings up 4th and 5. Anderson 5 yards short of the first down marker. This will be the 6th punt for the Trojans. Freeman Moser set to receive this one, and this punt goes out of bounds near the Cyclones' 45-yard line. And that's where the ball will be spotted. The Cyclones offense now come back out onto the field. Casper Bauer under center, fullback William Kenkel, running back number 6 Aiden Hall. Kenkel will get the call here. We'll run this one up the middle into the back of the offensive lineman. He will gain 4 on the play, 2nd and 6. Casper Bauer gives this one to Hall on the misdirection handoff. Hall is at the 40. He cuts back, tries to stiff arm Ethan Sturm, and Sturm with a nice tackle on the play. Hall gets down inside the 20-yard line. The Cyclones have it in the red zone. Casper Bauer under center. Hands this one off once again to the fullback, William Kenkel. Kenkel punches ahead to the 14-yard line. Casper Bauer hands this one off to Hall on the left side. Hall is trying to make one defender miss. He does, and he sneaks into the corner of the end zone for another Cyclone touchdown. Touchdown, Cyclones. Hall now makes it a 41-point game. Steven Linen comes back out onto the field to attempt yet another PAT. Schmidt snap is low. Curran gets the hold. And Linen's kick is put up. And good.
Harlan up 42-0.
42-0. Cyclones have the lead. Steven Linen's kick goes into the end zone for another touchback. That's his 7th touchback of the night. Starting to get a little bit chilly here. Got to throw on the sweatshirt. As the Cyclones are rolling. Anderson gives this one to the running back, Hendrington. Hendrington is met immediately by number 10, Joseph Faw. Faw, the outside linebacker for the Cyclones. Hendrington gains 1 on the play, 2nd and 9 for the Trojans, with 6 minutes and 25 seconds left in the second quarter. Sturm in motion. Anderson flips this one to Hendrington, and Hendrington is met by 2 Cyclone defenders. Jamison Beaker wraps him up at the feet, and Joseph Faw comes in to finish the tackle. Hendrington loses 1 on that play to set up a 3rd and 10 at the Trojans' 20-yard line. Anderson fakes the pitch and is met by Franz Rice, and Franz Rice gets the sack to bring up 4th down on the play. Franz came off the outside hot and wraps up number 15, the quarterback, Caden Anderson. Another punt for the Trojans. See if Moser can return this one. This one is up in the air, fielded by number 4, Ashton Lyon. And Ashton Lyon goes out of bounds immediately. Trojans have 7 drives and 7 punts. Nice job by the Cyclone defense of not allowing the Trojans to any yardage and no touchdowns in tonight's contest. Casper Bauer under center. He'll hand this one off to number 5, Luke Musage. Musage on the left side, trying to make a defender miss, and he will pick up the 1st down on the play. Musage gains 10 on that one. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Frame and Moser, the wide receivers. Cyclones in the I formation. Casper Bauer hands this one off to the fullback, number 46, William Kenkel. Kenkel is wrapped up by some Trojan defenders. One Trojan comes up, injured on the play, and he will trot off the field. Cyclones once again hand this off to number 46, William Kenkel. And Kenkel is down at the -17-yard line. 3rd and 3. Cyclones don't convert this 3rd down. We may be seeing the kicker, number 8, Stephen Linen, come on to attempt a field goal. Cyclones looking for a 1st down here, though. Casper Bauer hands this one off to Musage on the left side. Musage has a 1st down and about 10 more yards tacked on to the end. 1st and goal for the Cyclones at the Trojan 4-yard line. Casper Bauer hands this one off to the fullback, William Kenkel. Kenkel will end up in the end zone for another Cyclone touchdown. The score is now 48-0. Linen come back out onto the field. He's 6 for 6 on the night. Linen's kick is up and good. Score is now 49-0 with 1 minute and 37 seconds left in the second quarter. The Cyclones will kick this one off. After halftime, the Cyclones will receive.
Will be traveling to Harlan this Monday. Kickoff at 6 p.m. And the next varsity football game will be this coming Friday versus Knoxville here at the Trojan Bowl.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Cyclones had some JV players out on defense this drive to end out the half. Linen's kick is a line drive kick that will get to the end zone. His 8th touchback of the night. He's putting up impressive numbers tonight, and he has all season. Trojans break the huddle. 2 wide receivers to the right of Anderson. Hendrington in the backfield. Hendrington will get the handoff and met immediately by number 45, Zane Bendorf. Bendorf gets off of his block, makes the tackle on the play for a loss of 2. Joe Brummer is the head coach for the Atlantic Trojans, and his brother Sam Brummer is an assistant coach for the Harlan Community Cyclones. So it's a battle of the brothers here tonight. Hendrington gets the call once again, and he is met at about the 22-yard line. Cyclones have a lot of JV players out on the field. Hendrington is met. Met by number 10, Joseph Faw, who's on the tackle. And the time will expire here in the first half. The Cyclones have the lead, 49-0. They're looking a lot like they did last week as they had the lead 50-0 against Sadell. We'll be right back with the start of the third quarter. You're watching HLTV on Channel 15.
Programming brought to you by these great sponsors: Clark Arnholt State Farm Insurance and Financial, Keast Motors, Quick RX Pharmacy, Cyclone Lanes, Shelby County State Bank, United Bank of Iowa, Holly Jones Funeral Homes, KNOD Radio, Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance, and the Peterson Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex.
Welcome back to HLTV on Channel 15, where we are ready to get this third quarter underway. score is 49-0 in favor of the Harlan Community Cyclones, as their offense and defense have been clicking on all cylinders tonight. The Cyclones will start by receiving the ball as they kicked to begin this ball game. The Cyclones have 3 penalties tonight, and the Trojans have none. Lynan has 8 touchbacks on the night, and he is 6 for 6 with his 7 for 7 with his PATs. Cyclones have 6 drives. The Trojans have 7, and the Trojans have punted it 7 times. Back deep to receive for the Cyclones, standing at their own 10-yard line, number 27, Noah Schmitz, and number 14, Cade Sears. Set to kick this one away for the Trojans is number 10, Lane Nelson. Nelson boots this one away. There's a flag down on the field. Looks like it's offsides on the Trojans. That will back the Trojans up 5 yards. So we'll try this one again. Nelson kicked that one to the 5-yard line. So Sears and Schmitz are ready to receive this one at about the 10-yard line. Nelson's kick goes back to about the 5-yard line. Schmitz muffs this one, picks it up. He takes it to his left, cuts back, makes a defender miss. He's at the 30 and gets tackled around the 35-yard line. Noah Schmitz with a good return for the Cyclones. There is a flag back at the 27-yard line. Waiting for the call from the head official there in the white cap. Looks like it's holding on the receiving team, which is a spot penalty. That will move the Cyclones back 10 yards. So Cyclones will have it at their own 17-yard line now. Will Arkfeld into the game at quarterback, flips this one to Music. Music cuts back. He's at the 30. He has a lot of open room in front of him. One guy to miss. And he is tackled by number 13, Dayton Templeton. There's a flag back at the 30-yard line. This one looks to be coming back as the Cyclones walk back. And it is. The indication is holding on the offense. See if we can catch a number here. Couldn't catch a number on that play, but the Cyclones offense appears to have a lot of JV players out on the field. Cyclones will have it 1st and 7. Sears and Agers are the wide receivers on this play. Arkfeld hands this one off to the fullback, Noah Schmitz. Schmitz takes this one up the middle for a gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 5. Will Arkfeld has had some playing time already this season, as the Cyclones have had a lot of blowouts. He is 5 for 10, 50% on the season for 80 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He pitches this one out to number 5, Luke Musich on the left side, cuts back, runs over a defender and gets to the 30-yard line. That's enough for a Cyclone first down. That is their first down That is their first down of the second half. Cyclones are coached by head coach Todd Blatt, assisted by Mark Cohorst, Sam Brummer, John Murtaugh, Jeff Hastert, James Carney, and Dylan Hamilton. Arkfeld has 1st and 10, play action, looking for Schmitz. Schmitz gets it on the right side. He's now at the 50-yard line past midfield. A good completion there by Will Arkfeld. Noah Schmitz takes this one for a gain of 21 on the play. Arkfeld under center. He'll hand this one off to Musich on the left side. Musich is met immediately in the backfield. Tackle made by number 42. That is Logan Terrell on the tackle. Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13. Arkfeld under center will hand this one off on the misdirection. Handoff to Musich. Musich gets tackled from behind by number 2, Grant Sturm. Correction, Ethan Sturm. Arkfeld in the shotgun formation. Drops back, pressure coming. He delivers this one to number 14, Cade Sears. And Sears almost comes down with the ball. Coverage by number 13, Dayton Templeton. Trojans still have their starters out on the field. They'll bring up 4th down for the Cyclones. It looks like the Cyclones punt team will come on to punt this one away. The punter is Steven Leinen. He handles all the kicking and punting duties. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Back deep to return is number 13, Dayton Templeton, who stands at his own 10-yard line. Steven Leinen shanks this kick as this one lands at the 40-yard line. So the Trojans will have the ball at the 39-yard line. It's Leinen's first bad punt on the season. That is a rare sight to see from Leinen. Anderson hands this one off to Hendrington. Hendrington is met by a number of Cyclones. Number 35, Mason Anderson. Number 26, Brett Van Balla. And number 87, Sam Black. Anderson drops back, looks to his right, delivers. The pass is complete over the middle of the field to number 2, Ethan Sturm. Coverage from the Cyclones is by number 20. By number 20, Ben Alberti, who is on the coverage. Ball's on the Cyclones' 48-yard line. Anderson hands this one off to Hendrington. Hendrington with a gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 for the Trojans. Anderson bobbles the snap, pressure coming from the Cyclones. And the tackle's made in the backfield by number 66, Kemper Gordon, and number 87, Sam Platt. But there is a flag on the play. Looks like the flag was picked up and waved off. The Trojans have it, 3rd and 9. Anderson able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And another bobbled snap there by Anderson. Anderson picks this one up, throws it towards the middle of the field. This one is incomplete. Coverage by number 17, Sam Schmitz. And number 20, Ben Alberti.
Roughing and passing, number 53. Automatic first down.
Looks like we'll have a penalty on the play. Roughing the passer by number 53, Edwin Magus. So that's an automatic first down. That will put the Trojans at the Cyclone.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's an automatic A-town. First down.
Put the Trojans at the Cyclones' 32-yard line. Trojans come out, trips right. Anderson hands this one off. Great job by the Cyclone defense. Tanner O'Brien on the carry. Second and 8 for Anderson, who drops back. Pressure coming off his backside. This one's batted up in the air and incomplete. Again, Ben Alberti and Sam Schmitz on the coverage for the Cyclones.
Pass intended to Ethan Stern.
Anderson comes out under center. Drops back. Pressure coming from the Cyclones. He decides to keep this one himself. He makes a guy miss and gets pushed out of bounds. Anderson will have enough for the first down. Gets pushed out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Trojans are knocking on the door looking for their first touchdown of this ball game with 1 minute left to go in the third quarter. Anderson, this ball is on the ground. The handoff was bobbled. Ball ends up on the ground. The handoff went to Hendrington. And the Cyclones have it. That's number 66, Kemper Gordon, who recovers it for the Cyclones. There's now 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Continuous clock yet for the Cyclones. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. The Cyclones have the lead, 49-0 against the Atlantic Trojans. The Cyclones have the ball at about the 15-yard line. And we will be right back with the beginning of the fourth quarter. You're watching HLTV on Channel 15.
Programming brought to you by these great sponsors: Clark Arnholt State Farm Insurance and Financial, Keast Motors, Quick RX Pharmacy, Cyclone Lanes, Shelby County State Bank, United Bank of Iowa, Holly Jones Funeral Homes, KNOD Radio, Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance, and the Peterson Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex.
We're back on HLTV Channel 15, where the Cyclones are set and ready to go to begin their second drive of the second half. They have the ball on their own 18-yard line. Arkfeld lines up under center. Pitches this one to number 5, Luke Musich. Musich cuts back. He's at midfield. In the middle of the field there was Musich, and he gets to about the 34-yard line. Great job there by Luke Musich. Explosive running. Cyclones 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Play action play. Arkfeld looking for number 14, Cade Sears. Sears on the far side of the sideline, and he will take this one in for another Cyclone touchdown. Touchdown Cyclones. Arkfeld connects with Cade Sears. That is a 60-yard touchdown completion. Great job there by the Cyclones second team. They're able to score. Lynan will once again come out onto the field to attempt his 8th PAT of the night. And this kick is blocked. The Trojans get to that one, so the score will now be 55-0. Looks like the Cyclones have a new kicker out on the field. This is number 28, Fenn Skyrbeck, on to kick this one away for the Cyclones. Skyrbeck's kick bounces at the 15 and fielded by number 13, Dayton Templeton. Templeton makes a few guys miss, cuts back over the middle of the field, and is wrapped up by number 20, Ben Alberti. Good open field tackle there by Benjamin Alberti. The Trojans will now have the ball at the 24-yard line with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Anderson back in the pocket, looking for a pass play here. Scrambles out to his right. Pressured by number 82, Lakahi Smith. The tackle is made by number 35, Mason Anderson. Anderson with a gain of 3 yards on the play. Trojans' last drive had it inside the 20-yard line, and they were not able to score as they fumbled it, and the Cyclones gained possession and took it all the way down the field for a touchdown. And it looks like the Trojans are forced to use a timeout here with the play clock running low. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back. You're watching HLTV on Channel 15. We're back on HLTV Channel 15. The Cyclones and Trojans break the huddle, come back out onto the field. Anderson, shotgun formation, pressure coming off the right side. Wide open, number 7 over the middle of the field. That is Gannon O'Hare, and he'll take this one into the end zone for a Trojan touchdown. Their first one of the night comes in the fourth quarter. That will make the score 55-6. The Trojan PAT unit will come out onto the field. The kick is a low kick, and this one is good. Barely gets up in the uprights.
Atlantic on the scoreboard.
55-7, Cyclones still have complete control of this game, and it'd be hard to end up losing as there is 9 minutes and 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back when Atlantic kicks this one off to the Cyclones. You're watching HLTV on Channel 15.
Programming brought to you by these great sponsors: Clark Arnholt State Farm Insurance and Financial, Keast Motors, Quick RX Pharmacy, Cyclone Lanes, Shelby County State Bank, United Bank of Iowa, Holly Jones Funeral Homes, KNOD Radio, Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance, and the Peterson Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex.
We're back on HLTV Channel 15. The Trojans will kick this one to number 27, Noah Schmitz. Schmitz fields this one at about the 5-yard line. Takes it right up the middle of the field. Schmitz on the right side. He's at the 50. Crosses midfield, and he gets tackled inside Trojan territory. Arkfeld tosses this one to Musich. Musich makes a few guys miss, still on his feet, and it looks like the whole Trojans team is there to wrap him up for a loss of 1 on the play.
And a whole gang of Trojans in there. Get it?
2nd and 11 for the Cyclones. Arkfeld under center. Play action. Arkfeld looking to his left, delivers to number 14, Kate Sears. Sears is able to haul this one in as he bobbled it 3 or 4 times there before he is able to have possession of the ball. And that's enough for a Cyclones first down. Arkfeld hands this one off to Musich on the right side. Musich lowers his shoulder into an Atlantic Trojan defender Arkfeld hands this one off to the fullback up the middle, number 27, Noah Schmidt. He gains a few yards on the play. It's tackled by number 42, Logan Terrell.
Black shirts in there on the stop.
Cyclones trying to punch it in one last time before the end of this game. 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Arkfeld shotgun formation, looking to his left. He'll deliver over there to Cade Sears. A beautifully thrown ball. Sears has to come back to it just a little bit. No pass interference on the play. Looks like there was some contact down there, but this game is 55-7. Flag would just slow down this game. So good job by the officials there.
Pass broken up by Colton Rasmussen.
It looks like the Cyclones will keep their offense on the field for this 4th and 6. Arkfeld shotgun formation. Drops back, pressure coming. Delivers this one to number 14, Cade Sears. Sears drags a defender to the first down marker, and he has enough for the first down. Great job there by Cade Sears with the defender draped all over him. He drags him all the way to the first down marker, and will pick it up on 4th down.
Rasmussen again on the tackle.
Sears looked like a horse pulling a buggy. Arkfeld once again goes under center. Hands this one off to Noah Schmitz. Schmitz gains 3 on the play, 2nd and 7. Arkfeld once again under center, pitches this one out to Noah Schmitz. Schmitz is met instantly. That's number 26, Easton O'Brien. Cyclones lost yardage on that play. It was a loss of 4, brings up 3rd and 11. Arkfeld drops back, pressure comes. He delivers this one. A low throw to number 13, Braden Agers. Coverage by number 2, Ethan Sturm.
Ethan Sturm on the coverage. Pass incomplete.
Fourth and 11. The offense coordinator, Coach Mark Cohorse, elects to keep the offense on the field. No reason why he wouldn't. Cyclones ace formation, 2 receivers, both sides of Arkfeld. Pressure coming. Arkfeld rolls to his right. He's still running, and he just gets rid of this one as that pass is incomplete. Good job by Arkfeld getting out of the pocket, but he could not find anyone open downfield. So that will be a turnover on downs for the Cyclones. That will bring out the Cyclones defense as there's now 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this ball game. Anderson still out there for the Trojans. And this quarterback is met instantly by number 20 or 87, Sam Schmitz, but he's able to get the handoff to Hendrington. And Hendrington takes this one for a gain of 9. And again, Anderson's met by number 87, Sam Schmitz. Someone's missing their block up front there. The last thing you want to do is get your quarterback hurt when you're down 55-7. Schmitz does a nice job on 2 straight plays there for the Cyclones defense. Tick-tock goes the clock as it's now inside 45 seconds left to go. And the Cyclones jump here.
Encroachment. Defense.
Oh, give the Trojans a first down.
It's on the first down.
And on the penalty, that's another A-Town. First down.
This one's handed off to the fullback. He's met by the defensive line. Number 36, Matthew Sorfenden, and 66, the King, Kemper Gordon. That will wrap up this game as the time expires. The Cyclones win this one 55-7. They have put points up in a hurry there in the first and second quarter before they took out their starting lineup. Cyclones clicking on all cylinders. A nice game here by the Cyclones as their defense held the Trojans to only 7 points, and they put up 55 points. Great job by the kicker and punter, Steven Leinen, who executed on all of his kicks. That will be the end of this ball game. Thank you for watching HLTV Channel 15. Brayton Scheckinger on the play-by-play, and Jonathan North to my side on the camera. You're watching HLTV on Channel 15, where it's always great to be a Cyclone.